What's up, guys? I'm coming at you again with another update for the truck. Last time we took it out and drove it, the front end was super spongy and it felt super soft, so more than likely the shock is the culprit on the front. So those are one of the only things I haven't replaced, so I figured that there would be some problems and it'd just be really sloppy. So last video I mentioned there was a couple things I wanted to get done, and that was the shock, and then I'll talk about something I have coming in the mail within the next few days that we're also going to be doing a video of. It's not going to be the same video, but it's going to be the next video. But what we have here is a shock made by Monroe. It's specifically designed to replicate what would have been like the factory ride quality if you would have bought the truck back in the 60s. So this is not a performance style shock by any means. Of course, I've got pretty much a factory truck back there with the exception of a few upgrades. One more thing before we get started. The next upgrade is going to be for the front brakes. I don't know if you guys seen the other video where I took it out for the first time, but we're still on the single reservoir master cylinder that runs one brake line to all your brakes. So that way, if you have a leak in this line, you lose all your brakes. So we have a 7-inch booster coming with a dual reservoir master cylinder on it, and that's going to separate front from your back, which is going to be so much safer in case there is a brake failure. And of course, with the booster on there, you're talking about better ride quality. Another thing I do want to update you guys on real quick is the Nova is starting to come together. The trunk is all solid. There's a bunch of stuff laying down in here, but I finally got the trunk all solid. That was in the last video. And then over here, we're having to go and replicate what would have been the inner wheel tub there. So basically, they don't make an exact fit. So either way, you're gonna have to be fabricating some stuff anyways. So I figured, why not just piece by piece start, piecing this all together. And I'm just kind of working my way down here where there's some good metal to weld to. And then I still have to go down here and then take care of all this stuff. I also did get some rocker panels. They are not an exact fit by any means, so I'm gonna have to kind of hack them up a little bit and make sure that they're gonna fit in there. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. And then also there's gonna be a ton of videos on the International because that's gonna be like my little winter project. It's starting to get pretty chilly out here. And as things start getting chilly, obviously there's some products like, some body fillers and stuff like that that you can't use if it's below a certain degree. So we'll kind of have to switch gears a little bit and just kind of go day by day and see what we can do. But I've also talked to the guys at Phytech for an EFI unit, and they've set me up with what their recommendations would be. So I've got that whole build in line. So we're just kind of waiting to, make that purchase. And yeah, then we'll have everything good to go and ready to hopefully start racing that thing next year. And with that, let's get started on this install. As you probably see, the brake has seen better days, but it's not seized up or anything. And it sounds like there's just enough grit on the drum. So probably ought to do those while we're doing the conversion to power brakes. And then up here, you can just see that all we have to do is take that nut off the top. And then there's one down here below that we have to take off of here. And then this replacement shock, they actually did a very good job of making it the correct size with this little retaining band, I guess you want to call that right there. It's like the perfect size to put down here, guide it up to where it's going to be in line with the hole you need up there, cut that, and then just kind of guide it through so it finds its final home, and then you just secure it in. So okay, so I've got the old shock out, and just to show you guys how easily you can collapse these. You should never be able to collapse these with your hands. And as you can see, you can easily collapse it with your hands, and it doesn't have very much rebound to it. It's very slow. But if I just put just a little bit of weight on here, you can collapse the whole thing down. So this is going to be much needed. All right, so the kit also comes with the hardware that you're going to need. So I believe it goes like this. Your mount will go there, and then you'll put this on the other side, this on top, and then finish it off with this. So we're gonna go ahead and install this. There is a little trick to it because they pretty much compress this down just enough to where you can still get it in without having to take a bunch of stuff off the car or fight this thing. So all right guys, so just like that, within like an hour's time, you can have both of your front shocks changed. It gets you back to that original ride quality, and it's way better than these. So I've got some tension on this. Obviously you can see it's shortened as far as it'll pretty much go. And you saw how much pressure was released whenever I cut that little strap on the new ones. And I'm getting ready to release the tension, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It is moving, so it's not the worst shock I've seen, I guess. But just look how slow it is. So if you guys are interested in these, I'll leave the part number down in the description. Not these, but the new ones. So yeah, check out the description of the video for those shocks. All right, so we're just slowly doing things to this truck as the parts come in. As you know, shipping is taking a very long time for most of the parts to get here. A lot of parts are even hard to find. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of go through the parts that we have, the parts that are coming, and how we're going to kind of work through all these. So first of all, you already know the rocker panels are in, so I'm going to have to hack those up a little bit and make sure that the passenger side is all good. But the truck bed liner, I got it, got the gun for that with a regulator on it and everything. So everything is set up for that, and I even got a water filtration system. Obviously just to get the water out of the lines, that way we don't have condensation going on fresh paint or bed liner or whatever. So the brake booster for the truck is also coming. And with the brake booster for the truck is obviously the master cylinder. And then there's an adjustable rod that I'm going to be using for the brake pedal because as I may have mentioned, if you follow on the forums and stuff, so I have a size 16 foot. And to go from the gas pedal all the way to the brake pedal and then being 6'3" on top of it, so I keep hitting the steering wheel with my knee. So pretty much that adjustable rod will allow me to put a little bit of preload on the master cylinder. That way it gives me a little bit more room for my feet. So it's gonna be a very serious upgrade for me. And until I get the brake booster in, I'm not gonna drive the truck because I feel like if something happens and I'm used to just going, you know, gas to brake, then I don't want to ruin all the work I've done on the truck over the last 2 years to run it into a ditch or something. So, and then the things that are coming soon is I've decided just temporarily to put a patina style paint job on this because we're coming into the colder months and I don't foresee me having time next year to do the body work on this because I've got so much to do with the Nova, and then of course the International is outside. So it's more of like a temporary thing that I can just quickly go on there, do a patina job just to make everything match. And then from there, we'll go and, you know, possibly, depending on how much I like the patina paint job, we'll go and spray it completely down. Then once we get done with the Nova, it's gonna be time to build like the fuel system and everything because we're gonna have some parts from Phytech, like I was telling you about. They do EFI, they're a really good company. I've heard lots of good things about them. So, and I've been watching their stuff for a very long time. So, finally going to invest in one of those EFI systems, and I can't wait for that because that's going to be a game changer for this. So the fuel system all the way up to the EFI has to be compatible with E85 gas. So I have to remember that because Obviously, like I said in my previous video on the Nova, I am not going to be running 110 like I have been. I've actually been running 116. That's probably not necessary. It probably is more around 110, but the price of that stuff right now is like $9 a gallon. So it's pretty crazy. So that's why we are switching everything over to E85, and that way we can fill the Nova up for much cheaper. Yes, we're gonna have less fuel economy. Don't know if we'll have more power or not. Typically you see a little bit of a power increase. So all those things are coming very soon, just as the parts start coming in. And I'm assuming with Christmas, you know, kind of coming up and everything, it's just gonna make shipping and everything like that much worse. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start ordering stuff now. That way I have a lot more stuff to do out here during the winter. And then again, the International. I bought all the stuff to completely redo all the wiring and everything. So once we get some of the crap moved out of the way from the Nova and the truck, then we'll pull the other truck in here, the International, and we'll start stripping it down, just going through and seeing what it needs and just go from there. If you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I want to, like I said, keep growing this channel like crazy. And that way we can make all kinds of cool stuff on here and keep you guys in the loop with everything. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you join my Facebook page, which I will link to in the description below as well. There's a lot more frequent content on there, and it's more of a one-on-one experience where I can answer questions and engage with people. And like, people have questions, like there's some old videos that I posted that have broken links in them to products. So regardless of what it is, whether you just want to like follow for daily content or whatever, make sure you go over to the Facebook page. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.